Okay. Well, we got one game to go. We're, we're we've reached the end. It was just I think it was just 4 months ago that I was sitting here reacting to the Dalvin fumble in Cincinnati and cursing out the NFL. And here we are 4 months later, and I've done a lot more cursing everything. So yeah, week 18, final game of the season, hosting the Bears. Uh I don't know what to say about this game because it doesn't mean anything to anybody except for um, pride and draft position and all that. Um, just the game stuff. I mean, Kirk's back. We're gonna plan is supposedly to play starters. That's been met with a lot of controversy. I don't really care if they play starters. I mean, why not? Like again, the Mond thing came up. It's like they're not gonna. It's not like they have any real game plan for Mond. It would just be like glorified preseason. You're not gonna learn shit playing him, so you might as well play Kirk and other guys. It's like you know, yeah, okay, maybe someone will get hurt. I don't know. No, I mean, I doubt anyone's gonna be playing like full on anyway. You're not, the odds of some catastrophic injury happening are probably pretty slim. And who knows if they're even going to really play the whole game. Like I could see a situation where for both teams really, like get a guy out there, give him some playing time, and then sit him on the bench or something. Justin Fields will not play for the Bears; he's out with COVID, so it'll be Dalton. So all the Justin Fields lovers in town, remember when they had them all? They all had Justin Fields in Canton back in April. Because how dare we not trade up, mortgage the whole future to get Justin Fields? Um, but he won't be playing. I guess Jefferson's got to get like 120 yards to break Moss's. I guess it's like his first 2-year record. You know, not a whole lot to really get anyone excited. There's some injury stuff. Some guys may not play. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously the big stuff is going to happen probably starting Monday. I don't think it's. I did sell my tickets to this game, so I'm probably not going to be going unless some really cheap ones pop back up. I thought maybe go just to kind of pay respects to Zimmer for his final game because I was at his first game. I went to the St. Louis game, 2014, start of the season. Boy, doesn't that feel like about 50 years ago. Um, I feel like there's probably other videos to talk about Zimmer. It's just, I don't know. Like, I don't consider, like, there are people just, like, dying for him to be fired and die and just they can't wait. They just want to dance on his grave. Like, I don't know. I find it pretty distasteful. Like, you can see in some of his press conferences and media sessions lately, particularly since I think the Ram game, like, he knows that he's gone, and he knows that given his age and everything, like, he's never going to have a head coaching job again. This is it for him. He might pop back up as a coordinator or something, but he's never going to have a head coaching job again, and he knows it. And it's like, and he's fucking bummed out about it, and people are like mocking him and just they're just spiking the football on him. I find it just gross. Just, we know what's going to happen. He's going to get fired. Just shut up until that happens, and then just accept that that's done and we're moving on. But like, I would hope that no one's gonna like fucking boo him when he takes the field Sunday. Like, I'm not. I have no tolerance at all for the people who are like, oh, he's always been bad. His 10 years of failure, all this shit. Go fuck yourselves. That's just not true at all. Like, I'm sorry he didn't win a Super Bowl here. I was hoping he would. I mean, I hoped every coach would win a Super Bowl here, but it didn't happen. He didn't deliberately not win a Super Bowl for us. Like, show the man some fucking respect. I mean, it's just, God, I hate this fan base so much. it's like I don't consider this likely being the end of his coaching tenure. I don't consider that something to be just like dancing in the streets about. Like, this is like somber period. This is Sunday's going to be sad, and Monday's going to be sad, and assuming there's some, I would assume they're going to have some sort of like outgoing press conference with him, and I bet he's going to be fucking depressed, and that's going to be sad, and I'm going to be sad, and it makes me sick that a lot of fans are going to be like watching that, probably be watching that and laughing. I just find it gross. I find so much of this fan base gross. Maybe I don't know. Maybe with this era and there's a changeover after the season. Maybe something will get better with them, but I doubt it. Yeah, I mean the big stuff's next week. Zimmer, Spielman, what's going to happen with him? As far as Cousins, like, if they decide to do any sort of thing with him, trade or try to work a trade, that's not going to happen for a while. That wouldn't happen for a while. That wouldn't happen until probably at least close to March, or at least I don't know what the exact free agency date is. It's probably a little later now because they got the extra week of a season, so it's probably more like mid-March than like early March. And there's other guys who, there's a lot of guys who probably playing their last game as a Viking. Anthony Barr is probably playing his last game as a Viking. All those defensive guys that we signed for 1 year, a lot of them are not coming back. Bradbury might be his last game. Who knows with some other guys. Yeah, it's like, it's sad. Like, I think this, there's nothing more like sad as a sports fan than like the last day of the baseball regular season, because you're with that every day for 6 months. It's not quite the same with football, but it's sad. Like, the last game of the season, it's the season was not what we wanted it to be. I didn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl or anything, but I did think they'd get in the playoffs. And for many points this season, they looked like a playoff team. And you blow a couple of games that you shouldn't have blown. The Detroit game will haunt us for life, but we're not in the playoffs. We should be. We're better than some of these teams that are going to get in there. There are teams fighting for the playoffs this weekend, or maybe even already in the playoffs, that are not as talented as the Vikings. But frequently bad coaching really screwed us. I think we, and that's Zimmer and that's Kubiak, and I think both of them are going to be in their last game. I will. I'm not going to celebrate Zimmer being fired. I will celebrate Kubiak being shown the door. Because the safe assumption is that we're going to hire some sort of offensive-minded coach, and they ain't going to want Clint Kubiak hanging around unless they want him as like a position coach, maybe. But certainly he ain't going to be calling no plays again. But yeah, so it's going to be sad. I don't know. This sucks, man. This whole an era coming to an end like this. It's I have no tolerance for the people who are like that. The Zimmer era has always been bad, and he's always been a bad coach, and it's just a failure that we never should have hired him. Like, fuck off. He's a very good coach. Obviously, even last year, I thought squeezing 7 wins out of that team last year with how just decimated that roster was. I thought that was a pretty good coaching job. This year, I don't think that. This year, I think only having 7 wins, and we've had injuries and stuff, but only having 7 wins when you've had almost every game right there to be won, that's not okay. And that's why Zimmer's going to be gone. But I don't look at it like, fuck you, Zimmer, you ruined my life. I respect him. I hope that whatever he does after Sunday, it's good stuff for him. He can hang out at the ranch with his hot model girlfriend. and not have to deal with COVIDiots, and not have to deal with annoying media asking you stupid ass questions, and not have to deal with, you know, really awful fans at times. But you know, as far as like, and I always do like game prediction. I have no idea. how do you even know? Honestly, I would probably say the Vikings probably are going to lose, just because. And of course, this is a very rare game in which both coaches are probably going to get fired after the game because Nagy's gone. I think Nagy is more certain to be gone even than Zimmer. You know, are they going to? I don't know. It's going to be the battle of who wants to send out their coach with a win more. And I have no idea. I have no idea who's going to win. I would probably say just because it's been a shitty fucking season and a depressing season. Why not have one more bit of depression? They'll send Zimmer out with a loss, and the Bears will come in here and beat us, and that'll suck. So, but then the changeover will begin, probably starting Monday with Zimmer gone, possibly Spielman gone or reassigned. Obviously, many other coaches will be going as well, and you know, personnel moves. We'll see. That'll be an interesting thing with this offseason, assuming Spielman is probably not in his usual position, because you know you can kind of predict what Spielman is going to do. This might be a little more of an unpredictable offseason. Who knows what crazy stuff might happen? But yeah, sucks that we're playing a meaningless game to finish the season. But you know, hopefully we get some highlights and something to go off into the winter, into the bitterly cold winter, feeling good about.